Good morning, everyone. I am discussing slide number 13. A history provided was 50-year male who presented with bloody urine and back pain. This was the photomicrograph in which we can see uh, 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 s- multiple layers of the cells arranged in sheet against a fibrovascular core. The cells are showing nuclear atypia and pleomorphism with high nuclear cytoplasmic ratio. The diagnosis is transitional cell carcinoma. Transitional cell carcinoma, also called urothelial carcinoma, is the type of cancer that typically occurs in urinary system. It is the most common type of bladder cancer and the cancer of the ureter, urethra and the urachus. It accounts for 95% of the bladder cancer. More than 90% of the bladder tumors arises from transitional epithelium lining the bladder in continuity with the epithelial lining of the renal pelvis, ureters and the major part of the urethra. Bladder cancer compromises about 3% of the all cancers. Most of the cases appear beyond fifth decade of the life with 3 times higher preponderance in males than in females. Etiopathogenesis. Urothelial tumors in the urinary tract are typically multifocal and the pattern of disease becomes apparent over a period of years. A number of environmental and host factors are associated with increased risk of bladder cancer. A combination of genetic and environmental factors are implicated for its etiopathogenesis. Incidence with cigarette smoking and arlamines, benzodiazepines, and beta naphthalines is increased. Cystosomia hematobium infection is also associated with TCC. It commonly occurs beyond 50 years of age and males are more affected than females. Common symptom is hematuria. The pathological features that influence the progression of the tumor are depth of invasion at presentation, multiplicity, tumor size, and grade. Pathological stage with depth of the invasion is an important predictor of the disease progression. A 5-year survival rate of 75% is expected in patients with lamina propria invasion and 5-year survival of patients with muscularis propria and those with perivesical fat infiltration and 50% to 25% respectively. Therefore, based on the invasion into the layers, the prognosis of the disease depends. According to the WHO, it is classified into urothelial transitional cell neoplasms. Either it will be normal or it shows only hyperplasia, which are of two types: flat hyperplasia, papillary hyperplasia. Third is flat lesions with atypia, either reactive inflammatory atypia, atypia of unknown significance, dysplasia, or carcinoma in situ. Fourth is papillary neoplasms, which can be a papilloma, inverted papilloma, papillary neoplasms of low malignant potential. Non-invasive papillary carcinoma, non-invasive papillary carcinoma of either low grade or high grade. Fifth is invasive neoplasms, which are lamina propria invasion or muscularis propria invasion. These are the gross patterns of the tumor. Either it will be a papillary tumor or non-papillary tumor. Macroscopy. Location of the urinary bladder, mostly it is seen in the lateral wall 37%, posterior wall 18%, trigone 12%, neck, ureter, dome and the anterior wall are the other locations. Exophytic tumors may be papillary or have a solid nodular appearance. Endophytic tumors have a nested pattern in lamina propria and are usually underdiagnosed as von Werner cell nest. This is the gross image which is showing the mucosal surface of which shows papillary tumor floating into the lumen. This is marked by the arrow. Coming to the microscopy. Microscopy shows papillary pattern covered by transitional epithelial cells. These cells either show invasion or are non-invasive. Therefore, sometimes invasive and non-invasive components are identified. Invasion may be into the lamina propria or the muscles or perivascular tissue. About 20 to 30% of the tumor shows focal mucin production. In that cases, it should be differentiated from adenocarcinoma of the bladder. Some show foci of squamous differentiation, where it should be differentiated from pure squamous cell carcinoma. A micropapillary pattern may be seen which is considered as high grade neoplasm. This is the histopathology of urothelial carcinoma of bladder, which is showing nested pattern of invasion. Another photomicrograph which is showing finger-like micropapillary processes. They are often 2 to 3 cells thick and most do not enclose a true fibrovascular core. This is also a non-invasive papillary urothelial carcinoma of low grade which predominantly shows cytologic atypia and with loss of polarity, nuclear size is changed and there is variation in shape also. This is another photomicrograph which shows irregular shaped nest and sheets and clusters of high-grade urothelial carcinoma cells invading the lamina propria. Muscularis propriae was not invaded. The nests are separated by loose myxoid stroma. In routine practice, bladder cancers are histologically graded into three-tiered system. Grade 1, well-differentiated tumors. Grade 2, moderately differentiated tumors. And Grade 3, poorly differentiated tumors. Coming to IHC, it shows positivity for CK7, CK20 and CK8 and CK18. Differential diagnosis. It should be differentiated from inverted urothelial papilloma, which shows smooth or dome-shaped surface with monotonous cell growing in an endophytic pattern without the presence of lamina propria invasion. And second, squamous cell carcinoma. In squamous cell carcinoma, we will see irregular infiltrating nest or sheets of malignant squamous cells with destructive stromal invasion. Squamous differentiation in the form of keratin pearls, individual cell keratinization or intracellular bridges are the findings present in mostly poorly differentiated tumors. Thank you.